we are so excited. Our fall candle with Dyad is finally here. It's available now. We had to make a video because you guys are the best supporters, and even if you don't buy a candle, no pressure, but yeah, we just love sharing our newness with you. Yeah, exactly. You guys are the best. We wanted to give you like the background and just tell you more about it. So this is signed and sealed. This is our fall candle box. We went with a brown sleeve because it kind of goes with fall and the notes. And we named it Signed and Sealed because it's our first and only fall candle, and our favorite fall movie, and really like my favorite movie of all time, is You've Got Mail. And we felt like it was just an ode to You've Got Mail, signed and sealed. Yeah, like Signed, Sealed, Delivered, the song, but also signed and sealed like a piece of mail. Yeah, they play Signed, Sealed, Delivered in the movie as well. If you have not seen it. If you have not seen it, go watch it right now. Yeah, immediately. So that's the name. It was kind of an easy name. We had like a few that we'd written down, but we're like, this one took longer than so many others. We were trying. Well, we have a few that we've written down, but yeah, I guess easy in the fact that like once we heard it, it was the one that made the most sense. Yes. So it is a fall candle, like we said, and we hadn't done a fall candle since we launched in 2019 because we just kind of didn't really know how to differentiate ourselves. I feel like we love fall candles a lot. Like we talk about the spiced cider candle from Capri Bloom. That one's like a spiced apple type scent. And we love anything with like cinnamon, pumpkin, but so many of them smell the same. Yeah, and they smell very like generic fall. And when we launched our line, we launched with like a classics collection because we wanted our line to just be like these classic luxury scents that you could light all throughout the year. Like Pins and Needles is our most popular scent, and a lot of people would smell it and be like, oh, it smells like a Christmas tree, or it smells like so pine heavy, but it's our most popular scent throughout the entire year. Yeah. Like, not just at the holidays, and that's which is what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. So it always felt like we would rotate in seasonal scents, but it never felt like something that we need to do right away because it wasn't why we started the brand. But we were like, it's been 4 years. Like, we launched a holiday candle 2 years ago, and that was really successful. Oh, which we're also bringing back today. Yeah, we're bringing back today when this video comes out. Because we're late to the game. So they're both launched now. Yeah. So our holiday candle is really popular. You and yours. You and yours. We love it. And that one, I feel like holiday is like a little more easier to do luxury. Like fall was just harder. So yeah, we had wanted to do this for years, and we finally found us. We did this scent, and we'll tell you the backstory. Yeah, so we had worked with a fragrance house, like a new fragrance house, on a couple different briefs that we had sent in, not thinking we were going to do a fall candle. One was, I'll tell you this, maybe eventually they'll launch, but one was like a California citrus type candle. Think Clementine, California, like that. And then one was like, we wanted to be like a Parisian like cafe, like a sophisticated scent. And that one we almost launched instead of this, but we'll get into it. So we created these like beautiful briefs, sent them in, they made really good submissions, but then, yeah, okay, so then by the way, the citrus one was not for fall. It was supposed to be for summer. That's what I'm saying. It's like we kept working on them. Summer had passed, and then even the other like sophisticated scent was kind of more like fresh. And we're like, okay, neither of these really work for this time of year. Yeah. So we kind of like not put those on the back burner, but they ended up not being a priority. And then one of our fragrance houses, sometimes they'll send like a newsletter of some new like stock fragrances that their perfumers have come up with. So they sent a newsletter about a unisex collection, and you guys know when we launched Dyad, we wanted the fragrances to be very like genderless. Like we wanted, and like, you know, all people to be able to wear the fragrances, like the perfumes, but also light them in your home. And we do find when we sell in person, a lot of like guys will come up to our booth and smell the candles, and they always like Now and Again and Pins and Needles and Dark and Stormy. So that's a huge win because we really want to, you know, please everyone with our fragrances, and not leave anyone out. So anyway, I was like, oh, unisex collection, like these sound fantastic. So I asked for samples, they sent the samples, and then basically they send the pure fragrance oil, so we have to make our own candle samples with our wax base. We liked them all, really, but there was one that like really stood out, and it had that like kind of smoky like woodsiness that we like, but I was like, oh, this is giving me like fall vibes, but what if we added like chai spices? Yeah, because we felt like it was good, but it was so similar to like Smoke and Mirrors and Dark and Stormy. All of our, I mean, literally Pins and Needles, Dark and Stormy, and Smoke and Mirrors all have
woodsy
and
notes.
our you and yours.
Yeah.
All have wood, heavy wood notes. And we were like, we cannot launch another candle with heavy wood notes.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot do that. So
It makes the fragrance strong.
It does.
But then it doesn't differentiate them, and like we need to like get outside of ourselves and think bigger.
Yeah, so Britta had the idea to do more like a chai candle. We love chai flavored anything. We love how chai smells. Like, we love those just like notes and like the aroma
Like the
of
delicate
chai.
spices.
We love it so much. So we added the chai notes, and then we went back and forth for months.
Yeah, I feel like we did what, like 8 revisions at least.
Yeah, it was a labor of love.
So it started off as like a fragrance that was already done, and then it turned into something completely different.
Yeah, which we would never launch a stock fragrance. Just so you know, we do all custom fragrances. All of our fragrances are like owned by us. We created them with the perfume houses. Like, we would never launch a stock fragrance.
Yeah.
So
we just like really liked that one.
we liked it as a starting point.
Yeah.
We always knew we were going to like then customize it. And yeah, now it smells totally different than what it started as. But that's the goal. So we actually got to work directly with the perfumer this time and talk back and forth about the project. And he was so amazing, so great to work with, and just like so like accepted all of our feedback.
Yeah.
And was just awesome. Also like taught us stuff about what he was doing. So it was a great experience, and we're so happy.
Yeah. But that's why
we landed.
it's a little bit late for a fall candle, because we went back and forth so much, and we weren't expecting to launch a fall candle this season. We had just like got this idea, and then we thought that we would have finalized it a lot sooner, but we're happy with how it turned out. It's a little bit late, but don't let that deter you.
Yes, we'll give you, well, I can read the full notes. You have them on here.
Yeah, I sent them to you.
So the top notes are chestnut, star anise, ginger, and cardamom. The middle notes are wood smoke, clove bud, black pepper, vanilla, and amber. And the base notes are lambdanum, cinnamon, velveteer root, Peru balsam, and amber wood. So there is still some, like there's some balsam, but it definitely is not a woody candle.
No.
It's a spicy candle.
Yeah. It would be in the spice category.
There is a lot of vanilla in it though.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, vanilla fragrance oil is so yellow. So if they ever like yellow over time, that's normal for vanilla.
Yeah, like Smoke and Mirrors, if you have that one from us, that one tends to yellow over time as well, like as the candle cures, because that has so much vanilla in it.
But when you actually like see the actual fragrance oil, it is like,
it looks like
real
almost orange.
yellow. Yeah, so there's a lot of vanilla in this, but it's not too sweet. We wanted something that was chai, but like a little bit of sweetness, but more spice, because that's what we love about the chai like flavors and notes. Like, we don't love the sweetness.
Yeah. And we think we got it. Like, when I first smell it, you can definitely smell the vanilla, but I really get like the clove, the cinnamon, the cardamom.
The cold throw is much like sweeter and lighter than when you light it. Once you light it and you light it for a while, then the more woody notes do come out, but trust, it's not as woody as the rest of our line.
No, I'd say like the amber woods, like it is like you almost get that amber towards like when it's been lit for a while. And I will say, something I've noticed since getting the, what is it called? Like the little candle lamp, the candle warmer lamp that we both have from Amazon. When I melt it on there instead of like lighting a flame, you really get like the chai notes.
Yeah.
And then when you light the flame, like the wick, it does like kind of deepen the scent overall.
I think it's because it slowly disperses the notes. So like, you light it for a while, lighting it from the wick, and it like takes off the top notes and the middle notes. You guys know how fragrance works. Like, the top and the middle notes like flash off.
Well, maybe we should remind them if they don't.
Okay, well, like in candle or in fragrances, the top, middle, and base notes are like, the top is what you smell in the cold throw. It's what you smell right away. It's what you smell when you light it right away.
You really get all the spices.
It also has to do with the molecule size of the fragrance notes. So like typically the heavier molecules, like the bigger molecules, are the base notes.
Yeah,
like
so vanilla.
That's like what gives you like a strong hot throw, and it's what lingers around. So when you first light the candle, you'll get the top notes, then the middle notes, and then the base notes. It works the same with fragrance on the skin. The top notes you smell right away.
Then they kind of like flash off.
Then they start to flash off. Then you smell the middle notes, and then what you're left with on dry down on your skin for like majority of the day is the base notes. Same thing, like heavier fragrance molecules.
Yeah.
So candles are the same, but for some reason when you do it with the lamp versus lighting the wick, I don't know if it just doesn't like it's because it's not like melting those like fragrance molecules. I don't know the science behind it, but yeah, like you really sort of continuously smell the top notes versus when you light the candle, you get into those base notes. If that makes sense.
So that's just a hot tip. If you have one of those lamps, I like almost prefer this one on the lamp. That's like how I've been doing it more often. But obviously if you light it, it's just as good.
Yeah. Okay, so Sign and Seal launches today. It is limited edition. We will keep it around, honestly, probably to the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because we launched it so late, it was our bad.
Yeah.
In the future, if you guys like it, we will bring it back every year like we do with the holiday candle. So Sign and Sealed and You and Yours are back on the website today. They're both $44, both limited edition. Both will be around until the end of the year.
Yes.
But then they'll be gone. Then we'll be thinking about other scents. We have a fun project we're working on right now. So hopefully you guys love it. Thank you so much for your support as always.
Thank you so much.
And you'll see you in the next one.